Hello, hello, and welcome again to another episode of Ask Dr. Darwin. Actually, today is a special episode. It's part 2 of an episode we're doing following up on one of my mentees who has a very special announcement today. Very special announcement. So I'm going to let her share her announcement today, which will frame our brief follow-up and discussion. So what's your announcement, Doc? You called me today.
So, hello, my name is Doc. So that announcement is I matched into Ortho at Howard University.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. Well done. Well done. Now, this has been a dream of yours since when?
Age of 11.
11. Okay, just 7 years ago. That's all. Just 7 years.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. Since the age of 6, I decided I wanted to become a dentist at the age of 6, and at the age of 11, orthodontist. So just, 20 years later, I am finally arriving to the start of that journey of actually pursuing the specialty part. So it was definitely a very great day, I shall say, just to kind of receive that email, and it said, "Congrats, you matched." I was like, really? Like, oh my God, like it was just real.
That's so
I'm still
good.
kind of like numb from celebrating, of just knowing what it felt like to just open it up and have a yes.
That's right. Now, that's right. Now, this is your second? No, this is your first or second time applying?
This is my first time applying. So, even though I graduated 5 years ago, I had an obligation to fulfill with National Health Service Corps. So that just completed in August, and this was my first time applying. And so I am just very blessed that on my first time, I had a lot of interviews, but all it really took was one. And it's the school of choice that chose me, and I choose them too. So I am just excited to see what lies ahead.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So let's talk about just real briefly a recap of like your whole experience from applying to going on interviews and then also ranking the schools. Like knowing what you know now, what would you have done differently? Even though you got a great result, which was what we were planning for anyway, but knowing what you know now, is there anything that you would have done differently?
I'm sorry, my voice a little under the weather, but I will always say is ways to improve, right? I happen to be very blessed to have my strategy work out for me, but if I was in this situation again, I probably would have started networking early on. Like I did it when I knew that my journey, about like 3 years ago, and then I kind of fell a little short and then picked it back up while I was interviewing. But I would have definitely started networking those schools instead of just one time go around, maybe each year that I was leading up to applying, I would have went back to them. It just happened to work out that in my final year that I was applying, that I was able to make those connections. But I think that served a great purpose. And so I would say like maybe 2 years out before, just to constantly just have them seeing you, I would have definitely done that. And secondly, because I did take the GRE, and now that things are changing where schools are requesting the GRE and the ADAT, I would have a lot of more time for me to prepare and study for both exams. I did, have enough time to prepare for one, but as a cycle and the applicants are becoming more competitive, I would definitely recommend for everyone to seize their opportunities and do the GRE and the ADAT and to allow enough time for those two. So those are the things I would have done differently. Just networked a lot sooner, as well as just have enough time allowed it to prepare for both exams.
Okay. Cool. So I know along this process, we interacted and talked a lot about different strategies, tips, places where you were applying to, what to do, how to follow up, how to say yes or no, or how to arrange your interview schedule. Share, if you would, share what you think, which strategies or tips you think helped you the most.
I would say the research of the school and knowing what you really want or what you're really looking for. So I know in several of the discussions that we had, like, of course, any program is great because they are giving you your end goals of becoming an orthodontist and giving you that certificate. But each school offers different things. So I would just say, like, this is a strategy of knowing what you're really looking for. And that way you can get your answers questioned while you are there for the interview or site visit, as well as you can, get a direction to see if that's where you want to pursue your training. So I definitely would say, like, that tip helps, as well as the networking in every opportunity. I remember 2.5 years ago, you were like, okay, Doc, time is winding down, even though it's 2.5 years. And you said, list all the people you know in orthodontics, whether they're in residency now or they may have already graduated. And I really did do that. Initially, I didn't think I knew that many. I'm like, oh, I only know a handful. But actually using that task and writing things down so I can see, I realized that I had more connections than I thought. And so I really did connect to those people. It was like, what do you remember a couple of years ago from your interview or from your program, or do you know someone who's there currently now? And I had ended up with like almost 50 people that had knew somebody either currently or knew someone who knew someone. So that really helps me to really pull in for interview strategy, find out the background about the program, and just seeing if they even had a position or a connection with the program to make sure that I can have someone speaking my name in a positive way. So I would say that was very beneficial as well. And then just even if it was a simple hello, the hello for me never was generic when I was making that networking, like leaving a lasting impression. I remember at the AAO, I was like, Dr. Gates, Dr. Hayes, it's like 50,000 people here. Like, how do I make my face be recognized? And you were just like, stay true to who you are. Like, what do you want? Don't worry about what these other people are doing, how they're dressed, what school they went on, like, what are you trying to obtain? And that helps me get back in focus. And it was like, yes, I want to get into an orthodontic residency program. So how am I going to make sure that I'm remembered? And I just was myself. I was engaged. I networked at alumni events at the AAO conference, and people remember that. The deans remember that. The directors remember that. For even when I went to my site visit, they're like, oh, I remember you came to AAO. So I really would feel that not playing myself small, just realizing that I am capable just as everybody else, and just staying true to my qualifications and being comfortable with that.
Wow. So you said something big. See, I tell people, you got to go to those meetings, whether it's the ortho meeting or the pedo meeting or the endo meeting. You got to go to those alumni functions, because you're going to meet residents. You're going to meet possibly the program directors or someone who's connected with the program in the school. And you just never know. I mean, it's not typical that candidates will go to that. And that's even more reason why you should go, because you'll get remembered more easily, because it's not a lot of, usually it's not a lot of candidates there. There'll be alumni, there'll be current residents. But the fact that you went as a candidate, did some networking, and you said you met some of the program directors and the deans, and they actually remembered you, you said?
Yes, I know specifically at NYU and Howard specifically, they remember me. And even some of the residents, they were like, you were networking early, like no one, or they didn't think about that during their time. And they really appreciated the effort that I was putting forth. And I was like, really? I thought this was something that people were just doing in general. And so not that many people are doing that. And sometimes people do attend the AAO just to say it on their CV, but not actually going to the schools that they desire to actually be a resident in the future. They don't actually network at those alumni events because they feel like they're not alumni yet. But I was going with the mindset of the state of being, and this is where I want to be. So let me act like I'm already there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, act like you're already there and that you belong there, and you're just talking to your colleagues, and that's the that's the mindset that you have to have, and I'm so glad you actually implemented and actually executed that tip and that strategy, because I think one of the program directors that you ended up meeting or talking to was one of the ones, a program where you actually got an interview and eventually got in. So, I mean, there's a connection somewhere along the line. So that's, oh man, that's good. So the networking, very, very key. And you're right. I think what happens is, you have to make yourself a well-rounded candidate, not just GPA, not just rank, not even just the GRE or the ADAT. You have to be well-rounded as far as communication, personable, someone that displays enthusiasm for the profession and for the opportunity, drive, and just someone who's personable. And lots of times that doesn't come out as much as it could just with a piece of paper, and it's just your application, or it just doesn't come out. Sometimes it may not come out. All of it may not come out of the interview, but usually the interview is where people will see it. But also the night before, when you have the social and you're going to the social before the interview, it comes out there. But that's why it's so good, and I'm so glad that you decided to implement the whole researching and then also the networking part. So that's good. That's good. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We talked about what you would do differently. We talked about which strategies you think that helped you the most. There was another question I had about. I think that, and the last question was, what do you think? Why do you think that program chose you? Because we talked about, with the pre-match, how, it can be so overwhelming, and you're trying to rank your positions based on where you think they may rank you. And I was like, yo, don't do that. Just, you're only responsible for your half, which is you got to rank them based on where you want to go. And then once you draw that line and you've done your part on this side, the other side, they're going to have to just pick you based on what they're looking for, and you have no control over that other side of the other line. So what do you think it was about you that made them select you?
I truly believe my authentic character and my interest that I had in orthodontics. Like, they can tell that it was very true and honest, that I really didn't give them a lot of BS, that their mission of the school honed in what my mission was. And like, let's not forget that they have years of experience or have done cycles of interviewing people. So deep down inside, even though I had been practicing and trying to work on my interviewing tips, I think they were able to decipher the nonsense and say, what, she really wants this position, and she will be a great fit for our program. She, is well-rounded, and she really presents that. So I would just say my authenticity, and then just the passion that I had behind the whole reason why I wanted to become an orthodontist, and that I really wanted to take this training very seriously.
So it seems like you just staying true to yourself, you being you, and you showing them, hey, this is me. Take me or leave me. If not, that's okay. Next, I'll move on. I'm going to find a place that I'm supposed to be at. And it's something that's funny. It's one of the things Dr. Gates always says when we do interviews with the GPR residents of the candidates. He says the best program is the one that you get into, because that's the program. Yes. That's the program that's going to select you and get you trained for your professional opportunity, or to help you meet your target or your goals. So that's good. So Dr. Frederick, I'm so happy that you got in, and we were actually working pretty hard on getting this thing together here. So I kind of I knew I knew that you would probably get into the program that you got into. I just had a feeling based on the feedback that you were giving to me about the similar mission and the people that you knew that were currently there or that had graduated from there, and the vibe that you got from the program director. So now we've checked that off the list. So you got
right.
So I got bad news now. You know that, right?
What's the bad news?
I got good news and bad news. What you want next? What do you want first?
I like the bad news first. I like to end on a positive note. So I'll take the bad first.
So the bad news is, it may not be bad news, but you have had a home in New York for a couple years now. So
5.5. It'll be 6 in the spring.
5.5. See, that's longer than dental school.
Yes.
So the bad news is, you're gonna have to, be uprooted for a little bit. Your program is 2 or 3 years.
2. Yay.
2. Okay, good. Good. So you have to be uprooted for a couple years, for 2 years. So that's the first part of the bad news. And there's a second part. The second part of the bad news is now you've got to set a brand new goal and target.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, finishing.
That's right. You got to keep moving now. You can't be what is it? You can be thankful, but you can't be satisfied.
Right.
Be
That's
thankful,
absolutely right.
but you can't be satisfied. So thankful that you got this opportunity, you got in, you matched, but now you can't be satisfied. So now you have to set a new target or a new goal as relates to this new professional opportunity. The good news is, again, you're going to be in a program where you know some people, you have it's a similar mission, and the good news is all this hard work that you've put in over the last, 4 plus 4 plus 5, what is that? 6, that's 8, 5, that's 13 years. All the work that you put in over the last 13 years is about to pay off by you starting in July 1st of 2018. So congratulations and well done, and look forward to working with you with this next phase, these next goals that you should start to have developing, because July will be here before you know it.
Absolutely, it will. I was already getting a little nervous about that. I said, let me just enjoy my acceptance today and worry about the next phase, because I already know I'm going to have to reach out to my new dentist coach, and say, how do I get this done? Whether it's making some extra money, how I start board certification early. I was already like, well, maybe I need to start reading to keep ahead, since I've been out of school for a while. But I'll worry about that tomorrow. Today, I'm just going to be thankful that I got in.
Celebrate. Matter of fact, more than tomorrow. Just take the next 30 days to celebrate. Wait until the new year, because it's not going anywhere as far as what you have to do. And you got some contact. You got some people down there that can help you jumpstart your process before you even get down there in July. So no, take your 30 days and have fun, enjoy. So I'm sure everybody knows on social media. I know you've been blowing up social media today, sharing your news. So that's good. That is good. All right. Well, I just wanted to follow up and kind of share with everybody your success story and how you got it done in getting this ortho residency match day and being selected. So salute to you, Doc. Salute.
Thank you. And thank you for all your help, all your preparation, feedback. I didn't take it lightly. I was just like, if Dr. Hayes is willing to invest in this knowledge, like there's a reason why I'm asking for this, and it's the reason why he has that good advice to give. And I definitely didn't take it lightly, and I really executed it the best way I knew how. And even when I felt that I was falling short, you were always there to give me a new strategy, to be like, well, don't give up. Even if you think that you missed the opportunity or you didn't make the best out of that network opportunity, this is what you can do next. And so I always kept looking for a next. And I seized those opportunities. So I would just recommend that for everybody. Like, it's highly competitive, but you can do it. If the doors keep closing, that's okay. There is one door that will open, but you have to keep working and working and working. And that's just what I did. And I appreciate all your motivation and inspiration during that process.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, you'll have your turn one day. Your turn is coming, and all I ask is that you do the same thing. And actually, there may be some people out there that are either going to be in your shoes real soon, and I'm sure they would love to be able to talk to you. How can people get in contact with you if they have questions about, some more details about your actual process in applying to ortho and getting into ortho, I should say?
Yeah. They definitely can email me at Bianca, BIANCA .Frederick, FREDERICK .DDS@gmail.com. And I'll be more than willing to answer those within like 24 to 48 hours. I definitely love lifting back up to other people and helping them climb up the ladder the same way as people have done for me in the past. So yes, please email me, bianca.frederick.dds@gmail.com.
All right, I got that written down, and we'll get it included. All right, Dr. Frederick, it's past my bedtime. So it's probably getting close to yours.
All right, thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Congratulations again.
Okay, thank you. Have a great night.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, there we go. So, hey, another success story. Dr. Frederick is actually one of two mentees that I had that actually today got into ortho. So proud of them. So glad to hear about their success. And hey, you guys can be successful too. If you have questions, comments, things that are bothering you, things that you're fearful of, things that you're worried about, or things that are making you frustrated, or you have some anxiety about, shoot those things to me via email. Shoot me an email at newdentistcoach@gmail.com, newdentistcoach@gmail.com. Again, hopefully this success story has been inspirational, has helped you and getting you a little bit more motivated. Because if I can get into dental school as an architect student, and if Dr. Frederick, who's been at this for the last 13 years trying to get into ortho, which was her dream as an 11-year-old, that means you can too. It's just a matter of time. So help me help you. If you like what you've heard today and the rest of these videos and information that I'm sharing, just, write something in the comments. I love hearing your comments and hearing your feedback. It gives me more energy. It gives me more, just gives me more energy and more of a willpower to find topics and get you guys answers and solutions, and at least share those with you. So again, send those to me at newdentistcoach@gmail.com. Like and comment on the video, share it with others, and also subscribe if you like too. Please take care. This is New Dentist Coach, Dr. Darwin Hayes. Take care. See you next time. Keep smiling. Peace.